we gotta go back to the basics. Keyword research,
We want to focus on the 20% that will get 80% of the results.
If that is what is stopping you to publish fast, to publish efficiently, I maybe think you would want to reconsider that.
3 months, 6 months, when you're finally deciding to publish on that in that niche, it's not the same.
It is a competition.
In this video, we'll talk about the cold hard truth about getting success on Amazon KDP. I'm here with Gerald Confianza. Welcome.
How you doing, Peter? Thanks for having me.
Gerald is the main coach in the Spanish market. He has coached thousands of students, and I think this is a great opportunity to talk with Gerald and see if we can see patterns of where people go wrong, and perhaps also see patterns of where people go right. So to begin with, where do you see people go wrong?
I think everyone has different personality types. Some people are more prudent. They like to make very logical decisions, and they take a long time to get started. And other people just go too fast, and they just overlook very small details, but very important details. And I think having a good publishing strategy is to be somewhere in the middle. What do you think?
Yes, I think that's finding a balance. Not going too fast, but at the same time not going too slow. That's one thing I've seen recently is some people, they take 3 months to select the keyword. And I think people need to realize that while you're taking this time, let's say you found a great keyword, but during that moment, if you're not acting on it, then there will be other publishers that will act on it, and they might get a first mover advantage. And then 3 months, 6 months, when you're finally deciding to publish on that in that niche, it's not the same.
It is a competition. You have to understand that on Amazon there is a certain level of search volume, a certain level of how high a niche will potentially sell, and there is a pie that you can take a cut of, and how big that cut is going to be will depend on your speed of implementation. I think that just thinking, hey, I'm going to have success just because maybe, I don't know, like just because I think positively, I think that might not work out as well as one might think.
Yes, and we were discussing this. KDP, it's not hard. We're 4,000 meters up right now, and we've seen hard work on the way here.
Yeah.
People are carrying bricks up and down, and just working out on this altitude, that's tough.
We were actually running through the hills, and as we ran, we were like, wow, like you don't really have that much breath. You get tired easily. And then you see like just construction workers building houses like right at this altitude. And perhaps what we do on KDP, it's not that bad,
Yeah, and speaking of building houses, it's sometimes we see people, they spend months trying to push a book, but maybe it's on the other side of the mountain. And maybe it's not, let's say you open a shop at the other side of the mountain. Compare that to opening a shop down in the main area. For example, we saw a hotel, it was $1,000 per night. That's good money here in Peru. So instead of trying to force people to come up to your book up in a mountain, see if you can position it well, because that is the foundation.
I think we gotta go back to the basics, like keyword research. Maybe if you do really good keyword research, you can go a bit faster, right? Sometimes I get on the calls also that people ask you, Peter, and people are asking you about where should I put this little, email, or where should I put my link? And those are fair questions. But if that is what is stopping you to publish fast, to publish efficiently, I maybe think you would want to reconsider that.
Yes, that's part of the 80% that will give 20% of the results. We want to focus on the 20% that will get 80% of the results. And publishing is a very step-by-step process. So first, you select the area, then you build a house, and you build it with a great foundation, meaning that you have good material, a good book, and when you come to the house decoration, make sure the cover is good, and then you can start to present it well, and you can start to see, okay, how can we build an email list? But that is only once you've done all this base foundational work.
I think so too. Focusing on the details, like for instance, I think those kind of questions should be coming in once you're making a few thousand net profit per month, in which you're looking to maximize what you already have. But you have to maximize based on a foundation you've built. If you're trying to focus on the decorations without having the foundation, then you're going 2 steps fast, like more forward than what you should be. You should backtrack a little bit, and then start moving.
Yes. And we have had an event now in Lima, and we will have another event in Spain. And I think those types of events, they're very good for finding that correct focus. What do you say about that?
Yeah, 100%, man. I think in a one-to-one conversation, there's a lot of feedback you can give to people. My students had the privilege of getting a chance to talk with Peter, getting a chance to show Peter their books, and they tell me in the group chat, hey man, Joe, that was possibly a life-changing experience. Not just seeing someone that has had success, which also reconfirms that I can have success as well. And having someone like that look at my books and tell me, you know, maybe you're just a few tweaks away from having success. Those kind of words coming from someone that's doing it can really change people's direction, their sense of belief in themselves and what they can do.
Yes, and that's a good point. It is usually just a small little tweak. That's all they need, because they're so close, but maybe they're missing the foundation. And they built a great house, but it's in the wrong place. So maybe they've got a great foundation, but there's really no reason to buy their book. Or maybe they're missing the understanding of who is buying their book. So there are all these small little details that when you put them all together can make a huge difference. So if you want more information about the event, then check out the link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Shameless plug break, Driven Publishers Elite is finally open for enrollment again, but it will only stay open for a few more days or until spots fill up. We already have people joining, so I encourage you to check it out, as it's everything I wish I had in my journey in terms of self-publishing education, community, and more. Link in the description.